Here is Mackenzie with a poem.
Sometimes you feel you're nothing at all, and that's all you'll ever be. You study all your defects and enter life, you see. Instead of looking at what you haven't got, seeing you only what you lack, focus on your blessings and let back on track. There are many good things about being you, count them one by one. Your life has lots of comfort, while others they have none. Many people have it much worse, yet they have happiness. They take joy in little things, they're thankful though they have less. Lift your spirits up right now, get out of the depression. Find your thankful self and give it full expression. Find the joy in little things, focus on fun and laughter. See life's blessings all around and live happily ever after.
Thank you, Mackenzie.
Next, the post office. What's it all about?
CSV has recently unveiled spectacular plans to convert this famous Preston landmark into a world-class learning centre for young adults. Here now is a short film about CSV Preston's current activity and its good ideas for the new project supported by Croftgood Architects. CSV is a training organisation that creates opportunities for people to get involved in their community. CSV specialises in providing media-related training opportunities for young people aged 16 to 24. The main target groups are young people who have been excluded or struggling with formal education, such as college or school. The opportunities created including producing TV shows, a youth magazine and creating original music. CSV also helps to develop personal skills that are essential for work, such as timekeeping, team building and confidence.
We have to usually write an application, and if we're successful we get grants to do the work that we do. Basically our sort of philosophy is that everybody's got something to offer. We don't believe that anybody is stupid or thick as they are often labelled in mainstream education. So our first thing really is to sort of show them that they have some potential, treat them with some respect, and through doing that we find that they start to sort of re-engage naturally, if you will. So all of that I think creates a culture that is welcoming and enables young people to fulfil the potential that they undoubtedly have.
And so CSV's often made the opportunity to move on with camera work and probably become a famous film director in the future or famous cameraman and go to work with the BBC. And hopefully it will help me to get drop qualifications and go off and do other things. And I'll leave CSV behind and come back to it in 20 years when I'm married and have kids and all that.
Media competence is nowadays considered a key skill. Therefore, we encourage young people to develop these skills by giving them an opportunity to actively work on creating TV and internet shows. We are not only teaching technical and journalistic skills, but we are also making it possible to associate with the media critically. However, young people themselves are in charge of editing and design.
Well, here in CSV, the students can get qualifications on podcasting, in media production, multimedia, animation, sound production, like lots of stuff that are related with media. It's not like they are going to get here fully qualified. We are basically supporting other institutions like schools and other organizations.
In addition to producing films and videos, the young people are responsible for creating original soundtracks. This is made possible by a range of equipment to construct high-quality music pieces that are appropriate for the intended video. The young people can use their own musical talent to record songs, or they can compose with existing tracks.
Seems like everybody's got a prize. I wonder how they sleep
tale comes first and the truth comes second. Just stop for a minute and smile.
At CSV, we have people producing soundtracks for the films that are made, and we have people that choose their favourite song and we'll teach them how to do it themselves, and we'll make a music video. We also have people who perform at our TV shows, and then we get people who are keen to write their own music, so we help them write their songs and come up with the chords and come up with a backing track and things like that. Revolution is written and produced by young people, for young people, and it is full of interesting articles encouraging you to have your say. As well as this, it offers reviews of the latest games, albums and films, along with events in Preston, such as shows, live acts and opportunities for you to make your mark.
It's called Revolution, about any recent projects, so say the revamp of CSB, and it's also about what's going on in Preston at the moment. We'd like the magazine to basically be made by only the young people, so that when it's produced, you know, they feel involved and their name can be on it.
CSV is currently involved in a proposal to transform the abandoned old post office in Preston into a complete training and volunteering centre for young people. The architects from the studio Croft Good are designing the look of the potential new hub for young people in Preston.
You work with the building rather than fighting with it. A really old part of the building. So a wooden dance floor.
Yeah, for floorboards.
Yeah. I'll write it down.
Yeah.
Check it again at the end.
And then if it was for dancing, you'd need like a bar.
Yeah. Modern dance, ballet, everything. You know, you could have. Almost have that, or just maybe have a piano and different types of instruments in there. Yeah.
Maybe like a stage.
Yeah.
If this project receives the support expected, we will be looking at a 6-floors building with facilities such as a youth hostel, coffee shop, restaurant, gym and other leisure activities. But the main aim of the project is to be the place for young people where they can develop their skills and employability by working and learning in different creative fields such as television production, music, hair and beauty, arts, cooking, and a long list of activities that with no doubt would transform the face of Preston city centre.
Now let's find out from our studio audience what they think about the current state of support for organisations providing work-based learning opportunities. What more can be done to improve and help these organisations, and thirdly, what do they think of the Ambitions post office plans? Over to you, Jasmine.
Would anybody in the audience like to comment on the current situation of provisions of work-based learning opportunities for young people in Preston?
I'm Councillor Dave Hammond, member of the Planning Committee, Chairman of Licensing and heavily involved in the administration at Preston City Council. I've been most impressed with what I've seen today, and I firmly believe in what you're trying to do, because I don't think everybody should be angled towards going to university. I think the university is a superb place, absolutely brilliant, but it's not for everybody. And you're offering people, young people, the chance to do what they want to do in an environment that they want to do it in. The trouble is you haven't got the environment, or only half of it, and this is why, looking at the post office, I think it will be absolutely fantastic for you, but the only advice is don't take it for granted. It's very expensive to have that place stuck there. It will need a bit of, in parliamentary terms, what we call lobbying to perhaps get it for you. But people will be looking in the right direction, especially after today. I have another councillor with me today. He's had to go, unfortunately, but he's the chap who's in charge of the purse strings, so he's quite impressed. And the other chap was very important, officer of the City Council. So they've charged me with going back to them with added information and everything else to tell them what's happening, and indeed I am going to tell them what's happening. But yeah, I do think you're going on the right track, and I do think that you definitely need to be focused on what you want to do. It's not a game, it's a serious thing with lots of money going to be spent on it, a lot of grant money is going to be spent. You've got to get it, you've got to live up to the reputation that you're building, and I think you'll be fine.
Cheers. Do you think work-based learning placements for expelled students is a positive thing?
I think that if a student learns in an environment that produces either food, media, newspapers, hairdressing, if they learn in the real world, or when they go to the employer, they're more prepared to do the work rather than the employer trying to teach them. So as an employer, I would encourage people to learn prior to going to work so that you don't have any stumbling blocks when they're at work. So it's a perfect environment.
Would anybody else like to add to that?
Hi, John Bridge from Croftgood Architects. We've helped work on the old post office building with you, and from that we've seen a massive involvement from CSV. We can see massive positives for using the building like that for what you need. But just coming here today and walking around your facilities, you can see there's really good work gone on here. And a lot of that has come from the volunteers and participants that have been in there. I think if it was opened up maybe to the wider population of Preston, even more than it has done today, for people to see more, because I think that'll help, particularly if we want to get hold of the post office and get this lobby of people together and the politicians and all the red tape that may come with it. I think if they see the real people and the potential in the youth that you've got, that it's a win-win and an easy answer to ask there. So I'd just like to say if we can have more support, the better, and publicise this as big as we can to get the best result. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you for all your input. Next we have a music performance by Alan Mitchell from Larches House School. I'm really sweating. Thank you, Alan, for that fantastic keyboard performance. And now over to Rebecca for the latest CSV news.
Hello and welcome to CSV News. Today, CSV Preston is showcasing all refurbishment and improvements made in the last 6 months. If you have visited us before, I'm sure you will have noticed that we have expanded, repainted, redesigned and repolished every corner. Here's an update on the most significant additions to CSV. The Green Room has been completely transformed into a tranquil, relaxing space with fantastic artwork thanks to our Spanish volunteers, Sarah and May, who are currently with us through the Leonardo EU programme. The music department has been redesigned and kitted out with the top-of-the-range industry standard equipment. New facilities include a vocal booth, a control room where you can learn how to operate all equipment. You can also take the lead on a recording session with up to 8 musicians and a live room where you can find a top-of-the-range electric drum kit, guitar, bass guitar, electric and acoustic guitars and DJ equipment. Our new arts and crafts room features a top-of-the-range printer to design and make your own t-shirts and mugs. Our second new room, the Learning Lounge, is a space for young people to work towards qualifications as part of a foundation learning. This is made easier by having 3 new computers featuring e-portfolios. Now on to the goodbyes and hellos. It is sad to say that volunteering has come to an end, so a massive thank you to all you volunteers who have helped us over the past few years. We would also like to take this chance to say goodbye to Dame Elizabeth Hudless, our Chief Executive, who was the first CSV employee 47 years ago, but it does bring us to welcome Lucy de Groot, our first new executive. We wish you all the best, Lucy. In more local news, we would like to welcome our new EVS volunteers from Germany and France, but sadly we are letting go of Eva, our international volunteer coordinator, who has emigrated to Turkey. Finally, we celebrate our joint achievements working with young people. In the last 12 months, CSV has involved a total of 330 young people aged 11 to 25 in a variety of activities. Out of the above 330 young people, 46 were NEET young people, 25% was with a recognised learning difficulty or disability, 13% had no qualifications at all. Of these young people, 15% have moved on to full-time further education, 27% into part-time education and 12% onto foundation learning. This shows the great progress we are all extremely proud of each other and everyone. I'm Rebecca Wiley. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Well, that's nearly all we have time for, except just one more musical performance and an interview with our European Volunteer Services participant, all the way from Germany. Please welcome Stephanie.
Stephanie, can you tell us what EVS is?
So, EVS, it means European Voluntary Service, and it's sponsored by the Youth in Action program.
How did you get involved and why did you decide to take part?
So, I get involved when I was writing my application last year in summer, and unfortunately it took me more than 7 months until final decision that I approved by British National Agency and that I can really come to CSV. And yes, now I'm here.
So what is your contribution to CSV as a volunteer?
Basically, when I started, it was mentioned that I'm only here to support those ones who are excluded from school. But now, more or less, it's like learning from each other. I'm still learning right now, and yes, that's very, very fine.
So, Stephanie, how long are you in Preston for as a part of EVS?
Now just for 4 weeks, but I'm going to stay for the next 11 months. So, there's still so much to gain from you all.
Are you grateful for this experience?
Yes, for sure. I'm living my dream now, and I hope that I can stay in the UK after this.
Thank you, Stephanie. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Here to play us out with a performance of Love the Way You Lie, please give a warm welcome to Abby.
Thing
me burn. But that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. Now there's gravel in our voices, glasses shattered from the fight. In this tug of war, you'll always win, even when I'm right. 'Cause you feed me fables from your hands with violent words and empty threats. And it's sick that all these battles are what keeps me satisfied. Just gonna stand there watching me burn. But that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand